incarnation of God. So we accept Holy Mother also as uh, somebody who is highly respectable, but not at the same stature. No, Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, because there is a reflected light. Sri Ramakrishna's wife, so it was a reflected light on Holy Mother, and just as there is a custom that if the President of United States is there, then the wife also joins there, you know. So First Lady, America hasn't seen the first gentleman yet. So, First Lady, so the reflected light is seen there. So many suspect that like that Sri Ramakrishna was the incarnation of God. So Holy Mother has some reflection of it. That's about it. But uh, that does not explain things like Sri Ramakrishna worshipping Holy Mother, worshipping as the Divine Mother. It doesn't also explain that Holy Mother is being entrusted by Sri Ramakrishna himself to continue this spiritual ministration. In fact, in Holy Mother's biography, you read this very illuminating incident that Sri Ramakrishna was about to give up the body. And he has been telling Holy Mother, now you have to do. Once he pointed to his own body and said, after all what this has done, you have to do much more. And when Holy Mother protested that, oh, I am a simple village woman, what can I do? No, you are going to do a lot. Lots of people would come to you. Sri Ramakrishna's assurance to the mother of Sarada Devi, Shama Sundari Devi, that she was now feeling very sad, Shama Sundari. Why? Oh, what kind of husband my dear Saru has got. She will never be able to have any child. I will never have a grandchild from her. And so she was feeling very sad. Sri Ramakrishna got the news of that and he told that, oh, mother-in-law, don't worry on that count at all. I will give your daughter so many wonderful children, gems of human beings. You will not find such children anywhere. And they will be in hundreds. And she will not be able to even run away from constantly calling people on her ma, 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 ma. So it is, she will be very much hard pressed to look after so many children. So, what kind of children? These are the spiritual children. So, look at the tremendous confidence that Sri Ramakrishna had about this village girl, uneducated, very simple and unassuming, that she is going to continue this great, what is called Avatara Karya, the mission of the incarnation of God. So she is going to take it forward in a way that is impossible even to imagine. That okay, she will be guide to somebody, but to what extent? Far, far more than anybody could imagine. In anybody, I include the Swamis of Sri Ramakrishna order, who were themselves spiritually illumined souls, and the disciples of the first generation of Swamis from Sri Ramakrishna's direct disciples. So they thought that no, Holy Mother is so unassuming, so bashful. So pictures of Holy Mother were not put those days in the shrines, or maybe only in the shrine, not in the public halls, lecture halls. In general, her picture was not publicized because Holy Mother is so bashful. And moreover, what will people say if you put the pictures of Holy Mother? Uh, so while this assumption continued. In fact, when I joined the order and had before that went to Ramakrishna Muhammad in Nagpur, so their Holy Mother's picture was, of course, in the shrine, and all the monks, they used to prostrate before her, adore her. But in the lecture hall, there were pictures Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Brahmananda, and Swami Shivananda. These four pictures were there. Not Holy Mother. So, because Holy Mother was not, it was not thought that her picture will be acceptable to devotees. It is during Holy Mother's times, it was quite often done by ridiculous. That idea of Holy Mother mm, being worshipped as Divine Mother, they one of her attendants, Swami Gaurishwarananda Ramai Maharaj, he would narrate, they were from the same village area near Jarambati. So when Ramai would tell the village people about she is divine and holy, the ladies of that village would protest. Uh, don't talk nonsense. We know that little sorrow right from her birth. And then you are now calling her Holy Mother and all that's nonsense. It is because it was covered to such an extent. Her divinity was not, nobody was able to see it clearly at all. Uh, because there was no frequent falling, getting into samadhi, not uh, giving advice to various devotees coming, only feeding. That not too long ago, the feeding idea that Swami Nikhileshwarananda of our Rajkot Center is a wonderful orator. So he was talking at the centenary of Ramakrishna Mission in Mumbai. So he narrated an incident, very interesting incident, that he asked one devotee, whom do you, of Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, and Holy Mother, whom do you like most? A pretty senior devotee. And that devotee, he replied, all three, of course, no, but amongst these three, what would be your special choice? Then he thought for a minute and said, Holy Mother, why? Hmm. Look, when you go to Sri Ramakrishna, always do sadhana, yes, you must always meditate and all that. Okay, whole time this sadhana. Now we householders, how much sadhana can we do? So therefore, with Sri Ramakrishna, it is good to salute him, but not go too close. He will go and do sadhana. Yeah. Swami Vivekananda, do work. Work is worship. Don't sit idle like that. Do work. When go to Holy Mother, then she asks, oh child, have you eaten, my child? Come on, eat. So therefore, naturally, I love Holy Mother more than others. So that is how the Holy Mother is. Uh, Her spirituality is flowing through that kind of uh, osmosis, not seen. It just, the atmosphere gets permeated with that, and you automatically, as it were, breathe it in. So it doesn't require giving direct advice. So come on, let me give you some spiritual counseling. No, no psychological counseling sessions. Ah, so, or privacy and all those things. So it is. And yet, who has given better psychological counseling? Who has actually guided people more to lead spiritual life? Who had brought consolation in their life more than Holy Mother? It is really great. It is indescribable. And therefore, when I was looking at various, what to tell the stories of Holy Mother, stories are galore, but how to choose from them? So, uh, let me tell you, these are two books, actually very closely related books. This is an older book, and most comprehensive biography of Holy Mother by Gambhiranand. It was written originally in Bengali, then he himself translated it in English. So, and then later on, Chetananandji brought out this masterpiece. But he says in this book also, the most of the material has been taken from this book by Gambhiranandji. So he did a lot of research, meticulous research, Swami Gambhirananda, and so for all later generations, this became a source book. The beauty of this book uh, is the arrangement. It is not exactly a chronological biography. Some aspect is there about chronology, but mostly it is the Holy Mother in various different roles. She is a mother, she is guru, and she is spiritual counselor. She is a great support to Sri Ramakrishna's direct disciples who were building the what now is known as Ramakrishna Mission. So building up an organization, everything was going on with the direct support, involvement, but unseen involvement of Holy Mother. So all these different aspect-wise, this biography has been written. If I tell you the headings of different chapters, it will be amply clear. There is the chronology part, like uh, the blessed Hamlet of Jarambati, the advent of Holy Mother, uh, foretaste of life divine, this foretaste of life divine, and then the grace awakening uh, in a mood of self-surrender. Now this is not chronological, that self-surrendering how it was happening. Uh, then the great awakening uh, in light and shade. This is a very interesting chapter, that light and shade. That she was with Sri Ramakrishna and her life was seen by people, but she was still unseen. She was staying there, but she was so bashful that when the manager of the temple at Dakshineshwar was asked that, have you seen Holy Mother? He replied, I know that she lives here, but I have never been able to find her anywhere, not seen at all. So that kind of uh, wonderful life, she is there and she is not there. So then they, this is again a different type of chapter, when heart calls heart. Mm. Then partnership with Sri Ramakrishna. It is a wonderful thing that how she was Sri Ramakrishna's partner. She was partner of Sri Ramakrishna, but in what sense? Again, very deep partnership. It is at all levels. They two were one and same, and yet so different. Uh, Difficult to fathom this kind of relationship. Not imitable at all at our level, that we have a connection, husband and wife. There is a biological genetic requirement that gets fulfilled through that. So many other things are there. They have very different views of life and different attitudes, so many things. Like one of our devotees, uh, he sometimes lives at Vedanta Society in Providence, and his wife came from India and was going to stay at the Vedanta Society. And after she came, and this man needed to go somewhere else for his work, Seattle or somewhere. So uh, I said to that lady, see, you just came and he is going away. She said, is that not reason enough to go away? Ah, so it is. So this is at human level, there are conflicts, differences, and which is natural. With two different human beings, they will have, just as their faces and their physical structures differ, their mental attitudes also differ. And so it is, although they are together, and they are together for a purpose. Like a saw, saw and wood, wood saw and saw. They have to be together. Otherwise, what it is. But that one cuts other and other blends the other. So it is that both have their functions. So and therefore it is very difficult to see the relationship between Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother, that they both were the obverse and reverse. That is what this great verse said, that Yathagner dahika shakti Ramakrishna sthita hiya, like the burning power inherent in fire. You cannot separate the two. Now, burning power and fire. So, similarly, Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother cannot be separated. Fire is seen, burning power is felt. That it is. This is how one can see Holy Mother felt, not seen. That divinity is not easily seen. So therefore, there are so many such incidents. When you analyze, when you go closer, you see them. Like fire and burning power. You see fire, but burning power, you put hand in it or put something to cook on it. Then the burning power is felt, experienced. But fire is seen. So similarly, Sri Ramakrishna is seen. Holy Mother is felt. And therefore it goes much deeper. Feeling goes much deeper than what intellectually or sensually understood. So that is, therefore this life is so difficult to grasp. So, and nothing helps a person more. With my experience, I can tell that there was a time when I would conquer with many that she is just Sri Ramakrishna's wife, that's all. Nothing much. So we pay respect to her, but nothing that we can get spiritually from her. Now that is about over 50 years ago. Now my opinion is completely transformed about Holy Mother because the feeling goes deeper, takes time to manifest. It is not seen. Like the seed brings out the big tree, and the seed goes in the ground, not much seen, and germinates, is gone as such, comes out in the form of tree over the time. So similarly, you see the glory of Holy Mother coming up, pervading life of people over time very gradually. So uh, it is, there is an article we are in on Saturday evenings at Providence. We read the something from Holy Mother after the Arati. So right now the book that is being read is Holy Mother, the Great Wonder. A very nice book. The Great Wonder that was Holy Mother. So there is an article written by Swami Hiranmayananda that which says that Holy Mother was the last word about the ideal of Indian womanhood. She was the last word. When the article is that is being read, I feel very convinced that not only Indian womanhood, the world's womanhood, not only womanhood, manhood too, all that, she is the ideal last word for the humanity in general. That what should be our ideal, it gets uh, felt at a very deeper level. You do not understand it. That is why it is so beautiful, so sublime, and uh, also so difficult to understand. It is. Uh, you don't see what is affecting you. It is like some medical, some pill that the doctor gives, and then you just put it in the mouth, it goes down. Now you start feeling the effect of it. Like you took Tylenol, the head was having a lot of pain, and that headache was, and then you take the pill. What is that pill doing that you don't see? But the headache starts disappearing. Mm. So, similarly, Holy Mother, you see the life. Uh, as such, you won't see anything, but the effect will get in. It is gradually my understanding is that Holy Mother is the greatest non-dualist that I know. Non-dualist in action, and not just talking about just now. She brought a book to me, Ashtavakra Samhita. That is a book on non-duality, and somewhat tough to understand. Misunderstanding is very easy to happen with those books. But here, Holy Mother's non-dual life was uh, in action, non-duality in action, not non-duality in classroom or in books. Theoretical non-duality, many know these days. Uh, even in my very young days, some would proclaim, I am a non-dualist. And what their non-dualism means, from now on, it is now and then they would quote from Shankaracharya, Shivoham, Shivoham. But nothing was apparently in their life. The life was embroiled in a regular human life, running after different sense pleasures and so forth. So the non-duality was just limited to their book reading and theoretical understanding. That does not take us anywhere in life. Our life remains in the same, you say, immersed in all the filth, and yet we call ourselves, no, we are non-dualists. But with Holy Mother, the thing that you see is that is a very active non-dualism. And she is preparing chapatis in kitchen, non-dualism. Right, doing that work. She is scolding somebody, non-dualism. She is worried about somebody, non-dualism. It is it is so ingrained in her that that non-dualism in action is very special something that brings you the conviction also of the great non-dual truths. Classroom non-dualisms, and like one of our swamis who used to be kitchen manager. Ah, so we wouldn't have time to go to listen to lectures or in Belur Math, a big kitchen, hundreds of people are taking food every day. Uh, so he was very busy always. So he just remarked once, uh, in lecture halls, non-dualism. Come to dining room and it is all dualism. So it is. But with the life of Holy Mother, you understand how And that very non-dualism is practical in the kitchen, in cleaning works, in day-to-day all chores that one conducts, in having these human relationships with others. Everywhere that spirit of non-dualism is so clearly visible, one gradually gets to feel it. It is. So these are some of the stories that we will try to get to know today. So this is like there is this her connection with Girish Chandra Ghosh, with Sardananda. It is with Sardananda that is a very nice story. That how Sardananda was her lifelong attendant. It is, and with such a tremendous love he served Holy Mother. That is a great chapter for any for the service of Divine Mother, service of Holy Mother, a human being and goddess. Sardananda was actually seeing that. It is so. Uh, Once it so happened that the uh, statue of Holy Mother was to be made. So they were making according to Swami Saradananda's instructions. And then uh, Saradanandaji was asked that is this, how did you find Holy Mother's face like that? And he said, I have never seen her face. Mm. It is because she was so shy, would cover the whole face. Nobody was able to see her face as such. No men devotees especially would see that face. And yet his adoration, somebody when Holy Mother was staying at Belur Math, uh, near that Nilambar Babu's house, and there was Durga Puja that was going on. So Sardananda gave, those days there used to be coins, 1 rupee coin to a brahmachari, and told that please offer it to mother. Now that brahmachari had a little confusion that worship of the Mother Durga was going on. Should I offer there, or does he mean offer it at Holy Mother? And so he came to clarify. And Sardananda called, you fool, you do not even understand what is this. And looking at the face of Sardananda, he understood what is meant. That he went and kept it at Holy Mother's feet. So that was the attitude with which all the Sri Ramakrishna's disciples looked at her. There is an incident when you know that famous incident that when Swami Vivekananda was getting ready to and go to America, and then he had a vision of Sri Ramakrishna, which indicated him to go, but he still wanted a concrete, that kind of a command, a concrete real command. So he wrote to Holy Mother, and came the reply from Holy Mother. He later describes that with that blessing of Holy Mother, this I crossed the ocean like earlier to find Sita. Hanumanji had crossed the ocean. This time I didn't have to jump. I just went by the ship. So it's a very nice letter that Vivekananda wrote, that till he got Holy Mother's reply, he kept on telling everybody who were going to make arrangements, wait, 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 wait. And then this command came, and he left the shore of India. So how much great respect uh, in that all these highly illumined souls accorded to Holy Mother. And there is the incident that is described, very, you feel Vivekananda, world conquering teacher, a man who would instill courage and tremendous strength in everybody with his words. Just even looking at it, at Vivekananda, his power as it were, that Vivekananda, after the unimaginably successful tour of America and Europe, comes back to US, comes to Kolkata, and is now going to see Holy Mother. So he is in a boat, he is going, and in a small, that canoe style rowboat. So now and then he is sprinkling the Ganges water on his head, sipping the Ganges water, as if that he is not feeling he is pure, enough pure to go and stand in front of Holy Mother. Mm. And goes in presence of Holy Mother. Holy Mother's face as such was covered, and stood there trembling with fear as it were. Can you imagine? This world conquering, fearless monk, and goes in presence of Holy Mother, the body starts trembling, and he prostrated before her with utmost humility, full spirit of surrender. That is Holy Mother. You know that famous incident, which is debated again and again. Many times the questions get asked about it. That, and that again is a proof that I was telling, that feeling was so deep. It is not intellectual, but it activates you far more than the intellectual conviction can. So this uh, Holy Mother was asked about Durga Puja that Swami Vivekananda had planned, and permission has to be taken. Now, why should these all renouncing illumined monks need to take permission of Holy Mother? Holy Mother was for them the living Durga, and her permission is necessary. So they approached Holy Mother. Vivekananda himself approached that, do you have the permission, and should we do Durga Puja? And Holy Mother said, yes, yes, go ahead. But let there be no animal sacrifice. No animal sacrifice. Do other rituals. Then Vivekananda, he said, but it is mentioned in the scriptures that there should be an animal sacrifice about this whole worship we are going to do according to the injunctions in a scriptural treatise, Raghunandan Smriti. So from that Smriti we are going to do the worship. And it prescribes. And all such books prescribe animal sacrifice. So why do you say no? Now the answer there is not logical, not an intellectual answer. Just think of the answer, the level from which it is coming. He said, you may say whatever you want to say, but in front of my eyes I am seeing the whole Ganges is becoming red. And that stopped it right there. No animal sacrifice, no argument when Holy Mother gives a command, no argument even by Vivekananda. Think of this, uh, imagine Sri Ramakrishna there instead of Holy Mother. How much argumentation Narendranath, future Vivekananda, had with Sri Ramakrishna. Criticizing Sri Ramakrishna right on his face so much. Even to the extent that uh, abusing Divine Mother Kali, whom Sri Ramakrishna used to worship, to make Sri Ramakrishna hurt more. Uh, uh, and Sri Ramakrishna said to him, you say whatever you want to say to me, why criticize my mother? That Divine Mother Kali. Why you criticize? It is, but there was no end to the argument between Narendra and Sri Ramakrishna. It is, and of course, Sri Ramakrishna came out the winner in all arguments, no doubt. But with Holy Mother, no argument was necessary at all. His that all the argumentative spirit of Narendranath would get just quiet, uh, automatically quieted in the presence of Holy Mother. That's it, Holy Mother says, no further argument necessary. It is the level of argument is much lower than that level from which these things come up. This is something that many these modern people may not understand, let alone modern, even in the ancient times, old times, there were those who were logicians, want to understand everything with logic. Now that it is that Nyaya Shastra or Bhuteshananji used to tell us nice story that there is a limit to which it goes. One great scholar of Nyaya went to a farm and saw there was a farm, a bull was doing that oil mill, that, and there was a bell dangling from the bull's neck. The Nyaya scholar asked that why is there this bell in the neck of the bull? So the farmer said, very simple. If the bull is doing its work, I know the bell is ringing, so as the bell is making the sound, I know things are going on smoothly, and bull is doing its work. Now this logic, great. He brought out this doubt. But suppose the bull just stands and shakes the head, then what will happen? This is logical, isn't it? That the bull can just stand and shake the head. Does it mean that the bull is doing work? And the farmer replied, now, fortunately, the bull didn't go to the logic school. Nyaya means that word logic. The bull didn't go to the logic school, so it won't do such a thing. So, the the level at which logic works actually is a very low level. It is higher than animal level, okay, but there is the level beyond that, the level of intuition. Swami Vivekananda's one lecture has this great insight about it. Instinct, reason, and intuition. A very beautiful lecture. So, with Holy Mother, the things came from a level which is far beyond reason. And so it was so effective that no argument, that's it. So, and many such incidents are there. So, this book has another chapter that she is mistress of the home. Then uh, she is a guiding force. She is mother. Mm, very special type of mother. Spiritual ministration, a transcendental presence. See, I am just reading the chapter, the titles of these chapters. That it is, there is a separate chapter, the mother and the master, how their relationship was. Mm. And then uh, her human personality, divine but human. So we shall read a little bit from her human aspect. She is seen as human, very weak, and from some standards not very pretty to look at, and uh, was looking like a very ordinary person. Uh, so now an incident is being told here. It is February 1, 1907, when mother was at Jairambati and a devotee wanted to know if the master was the ever present Brahman in its fullness. And who is going to be the judge? Holy Mother. Mm. So, mm, as the mother confirmed the view, the devotee put it again. As to that, all husbands are to their wives the ever-present Brahman in its fullness. What? Is it true? The Bengali phrasing is like that, and in the old sayings they were like that. In Bengali, uh, the husband is also called Swami. Ah, so আমার স্বামী এরকম বলেছে, means my husband told like that. So the husband is also called Swami, or sometimes called Karta. So means the main doer. So it is, although doesn't do anything, but so it is. Uh, so in that sense, you know that it is, and the old Hindu saying that it is that for a woman the husband is God. And nowadays, of course, for last it is has a different meaning. So it is they what kind of God is it that your Sri Ramakrishna being your master, you are calling your husband, you are saying like this? Uh, and the mother uh, replied, yes, he is the ever-present Brahman in its fullness, as a husband, as also in every other sense. The devotee then fell to thinking that just like the unity of Sita and Rama or of Radha and Krishna, there must be a unity between the mother and the master. And yet, as a matter of fact, he saw before his very eyes the mother engaged in domestic duties. To remove his doubt, he asks again, then why do I see you as though making chapatis like an ordinary woman? Immediately, that understanding of the divinity would get covered so fast. And there, uh, then why do I see you as though making chapatis like any ordinary woman? What are all these? Are all this Maya? The mother replied, what else but Maya? Why should I be in such a state if not because of Maya? It is. So, this is how. But there are two types of Maya. Two types of Maya means Maya as the master and Maya as the helpmate. Sri Ramakrishna used these two words that God is Mayadhish, is controller of Maya, uh, and all the other creatures they are Mayadhin, means they are subject to Maya. So this is the big difference that sometimes he would give this analogy that a cobra has poison in its mouth all the time. But does the cobra die because of that poison? That cobra doesn't die. But if the cobra bites somebody, then the game is over for that fellow. So similarly, Maya is with God, but God doesn't get hurt by that. The others they get under the spell of Maya. So, and then she replies, "This is done time and again. God and the God's Maya, divine consort. Yes, it is. It does it at time and what is this that I am doing? What is this I am engaged in? Again, all these things pointing in front, houses, children, etc., come to the mind, and I forget my essential nature. Uh, and as she had accepted that sport or Maya of her free will, she said now and again, it is only by accepting an illusion that I am so, or this is nothing but a continuation in the midst of an illusion. It is you take up an illusion like a role. hmm, That then when you are performing that role, you are true to that role. Suppose some lady, her name might be anything like what is her name? Medha. So her name is Medha. And she is acting like Sita in Ramayana. Suppose she goes to act, uh, and then suppose you are seeing that play, and while she is performing the role of Sita, if you say, ask her, hey Medha, she will not respond because that will spoil the whole play. In the play, she is playing as Sita. So that is how Holy Mother, divine, but she won't let it be seen. She was acting as a housewife, and so all this is because of that. But the difference between us and her is we forget our true nature. In play, you don't forget who you are. She will know that Medha is, she is actually Medha. Only for these 2 hours of play, she is Sita. That is an assumed identity. Even while acting as Sita, even while during that action, not responding to the call Medha, see, she is never unsure of that I am Medha. So exactly like that, that she is doing all this as if she is not aware of her true nature. She is constantly aware that I am this all pervading Maya. So it is Swami Premananda once told Swami Keshavananda and other devotees. Swami Keshavananda was very close to Holy Mother. Uh, so uh, his name was Kedar as such before becoming a monk, and he was Holy Mother's supplier, attendant for a long time. He was uh, used to come to Holy Mother more at Koalpara. So, uh, but Premananda tells Keshavananda and other devotees, you have seen with your eyes how the mother, who is in reality the great goddess, Jaganmata, uh, ruling over those who wield the destinies of kings and emperors, has yet elected to become a poor woman, plastering the house with cow dung. That is how those days the house used to be kept. I don't know any of you have ever seen that. I don't think there is anybody. You have seen, okay, Shamali. Oh, okay, okay. In Kolkata. Okay. Cow dung. Used to, Yeah. Have you seen Rishali? I've seen the floor. Floor, huh? Yeah. Floor and walls, not walls. Yeah. Yards, yes. I have seen that cow dung wall being these plastered with cow dung, but I have not seen anybody doing that. I have seen at my home, courtyard would be done, or the floor would be done. But so see, it is that same Divine Mother is doing this work also. Mm. And no conflict in that. Like a person may be a billionaire, but acting in a play or in a movie as a beggar, no contradiction in that. For doing actually very good acting as beggar, he will be getting millions for his fees. So he is uh, scoring utensils, winnowing rice, and clearing the leavings of the devotees after their meals. She undertakes all these tasks to teach the householders their domestic duties. What infinite endurance, limitless mercy. See these words Premananda is using. This is translation, of course, but the Bengali words that were being used by him, that it is what infinite endurance, limitless mercy, and absolute absence of egotism are there. Imagine, to digest this is so difficult. Hundreds of devotees, highly learned, many of them, like Sri Ramakrishna's disciples themselves, or many well-known doctors and lawyers and magistrates from Kolkata coming and prostrating before her. And then she does it, after their meal, she would cook for them, and after their meals would clean the place, pick up their leftovers and so forth. Uh, and if they protest, she would just brush aside that protest. I am your mother. The mother feels joy to do this for the children. So that is how her attitude was. And in a letter he wrote, "Who has understood the mother? There is not the least trace of splendor. The master had at least the brilliance of wisdom. But what about the mother? For her, even that glow is wanting. What a great power is that! Glory to the mother! Victory to the mother! Glory to the powerful mother! The poison that we cannot assimilate, we pass on to the mother." And this is about, that it is the uh, she would not be able to even, nothing was, Sri Ramakrishna could not subdue all that spiritual fervor. It just burst out. So, mother being the embodiment of power, she had power to keep it subdued also. So, she is far more powerful. It is, and this is Swami Brahmananda and Shivananda. Premananda didn't give initiation at any time, but would give lot of advice to people. But if they find somebody is very difficult, then they won't give mantra to that person. No, no, go to Holy Mother. Uh, and once Holy Mother herself made this complaint. Look how Sri Ramakrishna chose his disciples carefully. He just took the gems. And to me, he has sent all this an army of ants. That is the Bengali. Army of ants was sent to me. So what to do? Yes, according to the capability, the mother is so capable of giving the uplifting advice to anybody at whatever level, because she herself is Maya. Uh, with how much caution and testing would Sri Ramakrishna accept a man? And here, what do we see here in Mother? Astonishing, astonishing. It is this repetition of astonishing. No explanation for such a phenomena that she is giving shelter to all, eating everybody's food, and assimilating all. Mother, mother, victory unto the mother. Remember that mercy of the mother and that infinite compassion of the mother, uh, in weal and woe, in success and failure, in famine and in pestilence, in wars and revolutions. Glory unto the mother, victory unto the mother. This is in the chapter of titled Her Human Aspect. This is her human aspect. It doesn't get covered at all. If you come close, you will not be able to describe it, but it will be felt and would go so deep in one. So it is. Now he is describing some facts which shall fall under two categories. Some of them are interlinked with her life, and while others she has she is but a witness. Her personal acts, sometimes interpreted by herself, are very valuable indeed, but the opinions she expressed from a distance are so, uh, no less so. Since any evaluation made by an extraordinarily gifted, cultured, and saintly lady steeped in the age-old tradition of her race has its own special appeal, and therefore these are described. Now the author is taking us to the atmosphere of Jairam Bhatti, a very old style village. Uh, Now, because of Holy Mother's presence, that village has acquired the worldwide fame. Literally, people from all different places in the world, from every nook and corner, you find them flocking to Jairambati. So a huge guest house had to be built, to accommodate this constant incoming flow of devotees. It is unimaginable. But say more than 100 years ago, how that little village was. Mm, it is 105 years now that Holy Mother breathed her last. So it is uh, at that time, how was that village? There is no cement construction there, all the thatched houses and all the mud roads, so dirt roads everywhere. The uh, there were some bicycles, very few, some bicycles. Holy Mother had advised one devotee, he wanted to buy a horse. Holy Mother said, no, no, don't buy a horse. It is too costly to maintain. It's too costly to maintain. When the Ford brought out the first cars in America, uh, that till then all the this traveling was on horses. It is so. Ford's advertisement was feed only when you ride. The car is you feed only when you ride, otherwise it does not consume fuel. But horse you have to keep on feeding whether you ride or you don't ride. So it is. So she advised that household instead buy a bicycle, don't buy a horse. So and bullock carts, the other animals, cows and goats, all full in the villages. People were farming here and there with all the old techniques, old tools. Always that poverty. The village never was affluent because of all those situations. there was the huge number of landless laborers. So imagine she is growing up like that because the farming didn't yield much, There was even those who were kind of landlords, not that they were wealthy, because all the farming was at the mercy of the rain gods. And many times that famine or sudden rains and would destroy the crops. So the scarcity of food, scarcity of milk, all that was perpetually there. So there, and uh, she had some sort of relationship established with every villager, aged or young, and placed in any social stratum whatsoever. This was very much difficult those days. The segregations between the castes was so strong. It is so, but Holy Mother transcended all that. That whatever may be any person's caste or whatever, she would mix with everybody. Uh, on the uh, Even people of other villages had a share in that love. On the day of the immersion of the image of Durga, when all came to prostrate themselves before her, look at that, how much honor she is being given. They would come and prostrate before Holy Mother, and next moment Holy Mother is cleaning the place with broom and feeding them, picking up their all that leaf plates. So uh, what a contrast. And then uh, when all came to prostrate themselves before her and to receive her blessings, she never forgot to inquire about and show the utmost consideration for her uncle Kunja, who belonged to a lower caste of a different village and was noted for his skill in making images of deities. Hmm. So he was of a lower caste. Uncle here doesn't mean that actually blood relation. It is somebody called, like at our that Vidyapit, all people that in vain there is Vivekananda Vidyapit, a great institution. So there, all these grown-up men are called uncles, and the women are called aunties. So even the children, and they would call their mother as mom at home, but at that Vidyapit, so our Jyoti told a story of her own son, that she was busy doing something and the son was calling, mom, mom. Jyoti did not pay attention. And then, so he is the intelligent child. He said, Jyoti auntie. And then Jyoti looks up. So it is. So, like that uncle, please do not understand that was really her uncle. He was from a lower caste, but still always looked after by Holy Mother with great love. Uh, The great devotee Girish Chandra Ghosh once declared that in the present age, Sri Ramakrishna conquered all through his weapon of salutation. The mother's life too was eloquent of this attitude of being lowlier than the lowest, when, as a result of advancing years, it became impossible for her to cook for all. An old Brahmin woman was engaged in the kitchen. The mother called her aunt. When the mother was about to salute this aunt on the evening of the immersion of the Durga image, the old woman protested, saying, That is unthinkable, mother. You are the mother of the universe. All salute you. I am an ordinary woman. I can't possibly pocket such high honor. The mother, however, could not be dissuaded. She saluted the cook and added, That can never be. You are my aunt, to be sure. Hmm. So that is how her behavior is such a great uh, illumination for all of us, the teacher. So this is some glimpses of how her human nature kept on manifesting itself in this way. She is human, but why human? What is the speciality of her being human? Uh, if all of us human, what is her speciality of being human? She can convey the divine message through her being human. We are not able to do that, but she was able to do. This is the difference because she was aware of her actual divinity. We are not aware, and therefore we cannot give this to others either because we are not aware. The awareness has to be there, so she could give it to them. Uh, if not human, then she would not be able to give it to us. We are constitutionally restricted like that, that we learn mainly from humans. Our schools therefore has what? Human teachers, isn't it? Uh, what? Do you have any?
So far, it will change.
So far, do you think a cow can be employed as a teacher? Huh?
AI may take over.
AI is okay. It is nothing special, you know. It is AI is made by human beings. So it is all right, you know that nothing wrong in that. But uh, nobody apart from human beings. Our somebody, I think that Prasanna had sent me a special joke that it is you all use that captcha, you know, captcha to that it is it certifies that you are not a robot. That you have to say that there I am not robot. I am a human being. And who checks that is a robot. A robot that certifies that you are human being. So it is. Yes.
One of the parent in Vidyapit says we need a VI, Vivekananda Vidyapit Intelligence.
Vivekananda Vidyapit intelligence, correct. So that is why human appearance is necessary, human nature is necessary. And that is how Holy Mother could mingle with us so that we can see this similarity. Our learning process happens with this similarity and differences. It is so how that thing goes. The teacher always takes up where the student is, aligns or comes at the same level. so that the student can now get connected. Student says I and as teacher we are same. Now then the teacher brings out things which the student doesn't have, but now the student can take it. It is gradual elevation. Like you see a crane and taking out. We saw while at Newark that lots of cranes there with so many big containers. So the one end of that crane is fixed on the ground. The other arm goes and picks up things from the ship and transfers it somewhere. So huge loads, but the one end of the crane is doing that job, getting connected to that load. Other end is fixed on the ground. So if one end is not getting connected to the load, it will not be able to lift the load. And if the other end is not connected with ground, it will not be able to get it to the ground either. So therefore, Holy Mother established in divinity and is human. So Yogatmananda can approach her, that is human like us, like mother. So I can approach. And then the transformation happens that you are not even aware of it, what's happening. But it keeps on happening. Holy Mother told a story that how can it happen? Somebody asked that. Uh, that she says, suppose you were asleep on your bed, hmm, and you don't know anything what's going on. You are asleep. Somebody lifts you right on the bed. Along with the bed, you are lifted, uh, and you are taken to some other world, some other country. You don't know how did you get there, because it all happened while you were asleep. So similarly, the transformation happens without your being conscious of it. I have seen such wonders happening. Of course, it happened with me also. So, uh, but this transformation, that what did I do? How did the things change? They change. But how, we don't know the mechanism. We are, we are asleep in a way, and so how it happens, we are not aware of it. But it does happen, very much like the Tylenol, how it removes the headache. In many medical these medicines I was reading for some other reason, the pharmaceutical, how they are prepared and how they work. And so I was very surprised then, uh, in that pharmacology book, at the end of every medical specialty, they would write manufacturing, how it is, what are these different ingredients, how they are extracted, and so forth. And the uh, line and the end was the mechanism of action. Mechanism of action. How the connection between Tylenol and removal of headache, what it does actually, and the mechanism of action, it was written in most such medicines, unknown. We don't know how it works, but how exactly it works definitely cannot be told. That so the, the spiritual transformation also happens in the presence like the Holy Mothers. it just gets transformed. We don't know how. It is from this other book I will read. Uh, how much time we have? I'm not seeing that.
20 minutes. And then question.
If they still are awake. Hmm. Oh, this incident is by Swami Hari Premananda, a disciple of Holy Mother. It is so. Uh, I accompanied. This is a long conversation, but I am quoting only a very small part of it relevant to what I was just telling about how the divine manifests. It is uh, one evening, Dr. Maharaj, Swami Maheshwarananda came. He was a doctor and a Swami. So, uh, left after seeing Radhu. There was a small stool in our room. Mother was seated on it. On my own, I began to gently massage Mother's feet. They were wrinkled and dry. Mm. Moreover, her body was then lean and thin. While massaging her feet, a question arose in my mind. Is Mother truly the mother of the universe? That question arose in this uh, Swami's mind, that it is. Could the Divine Mother have such wrinkled feet and all these visible veins like that? You won't think that is a Divine Mother, all such wrinkled face and all coughing now and then. So, although the question was in my mind, I did not express it. I continued to massage her feet. Gradually, a mysterious change occurred. I felt that her feet were no longer the emaciated feet of an old woman. They were the well developed feet, well formed feet of a young woman. There was a lantern nearby, and in the light I clearly saw two beautiful feet outlined with a stripe of red paint, that alta. Mm. uh, Toes fully developed and close to one another, and the exquisite half crescent toenails. There were also golden anklets adorning with gems and jewels. I wondered whose feet these were that I was massaging. Astonished and dumbfounded, I slowly shifted my gaze from Mother's feet to her face. I saw the form of goddess Jagadhatri with a golden complexion, 3 eyes and 4 arms, adorned with many ornaments. She wore a crown on her head and held weapons in her hands. A magnificent luster emanated from her body. Before I saw that form completely, I lost outer consciousness, saying, Mother, Mother. I don't know how long I stayed in that condition. When I regained consciousness, I found Holy Mother caressing my back with her hand and saying, oh, hurry, what has happened to you? Get up, get up. Now, this is how I got up and saw again the old emaciated mother looking at her sick niece. This is how Mother of the Universe, Mother Sarada, the spiritual consort of Bhagwan Sri Ramakrishna, victory to Mother, victory to Mother. So this is how. Then Swami Aparananda, who's that magnum opus, that uh, Mayer Podoprante, Bengali book, translated in English, translated in many languages, Marathi, Hindi, and all that. Wonderful book, collection of the stories of Holy Mother, day-to-day incidents, and he was an attendant of Holy Mother for a long time, Swami Arupananda. So it is not Aparananda, Raj Bihari Maharaj. Yeah, Arupananda is his name, not Aparananda. Aparananda is still, in California. That he has never seen Holy. He is, although quite old, he is not as old to see Holy Mother. That Aparananda is 93, 94-year old. Yeah. Uh, Aparananda says, Mother, shall I pass my whole life in this way, constructing houses, marketing, keeping accounts, and all such worldly day-to-day works? What shall I gain from doing such work? We have a very deep misunderstanding that work and spiritual practice. Working is one thing, and spiritually doing spiritual practice is another thing. So naturally, Arupananda had this question. Many of our Swamis do get into this conflict because Ramakrishna mission means constant work. It is right from morning till night, and the Swamis are working all the time. Mm. And so many times somebody gets an urge, let me go to pilgrimage. Let me spend some time out there, just doing intense spiritual practice. My hallowed Guru, Vireshwaranandaji Maharaj, a disciple of Holy Mother, he used to dissuade everybody. And don't do that, there is no use. Do the work. That will be good enough. Do the work here. What is that you say, want to perform austerities? Is staying at Belur Mutt not austerity enough? Is it not austerity enough? Do this austerity. That Belur Mutt, that there is another very nice incident from Swami Gambhirananda. He was at that time General Secretary of Ramakrishna Mission, and after the brahmacharis complete the training center, there were many who had come from south, and they were going back to their own centers. So they wanted to see the Kolkata Zoo. Uh, for some, okay, before going, as a famous zoo, so let us go and see. And they had to take permission from the general secretary. So they approached general secretary and asked, ah, we want to see this zoo. looked at them, said, "Are you not satisfied with Bilurmat?" So, but then those brahmacharis were a little tough. So, yes, yes, we would like to see a bigger, more variety. So it is this work, that Vireshwaranji would say, do the austerities here and do in this Ramakrishna mission. You what more you want to go, because it is seen that people get away from the work and really lose. They don't gain much by going from place to place and seeing all this. Very nice in a way, but it is not as effective as serving the God, serving in the spirit of God while doing your regular work. So the mother calmly replied, "Well, my son, what else do you want to do? In this age, Swamiji has inculcated this work as the means of God realization." And this is a very this important certification that Holy Mother gives, that this is what Swami Vivekananda has told, do these works. So, and as means of God realization. Karma Yoga doesn't mean doing a lot of work. Karma Yoga does not mean also that certain things to be done as yoga, like some yogasanas or some pranayama or some what is called kriya yoga. None of that is described here. Do your work as worship. The work is to be transformed into a means of liberation. This is an age-old discipline given from Ishavasya Upanishad, in Bhagavad Gita, elaborated so much and very forcefully presented by Swami Vivekananda in our age. So this is, she says, and do you want to practice austerities in the solitude of Himalayas? And there you will find the monks fighting amongst themselves over a piece of bread or a blanket. Will the Lord appear before you if you go to the mountains and forests and sit there with closed eyes? Is there any better path than the path of action that has been delineated by Swamiji while working? Think that you are working only for God and are serving Him. This is the Holy Mother's injunction. Work. That is a spiritual practice. Doing japam may be a spiritual practice, may not be a spiritual practice. And going to some pilgrimage could be spiritual practice, but in most likelihood not a spiritual practice. Because your mind gets taken away by various other things there. Human mind looks for some special features, some nice things, lot of people assembled there, and many other things come to mind, like in our compromising attitude comes into picture. The mind tells, yes, yes, I have come for spiritual practice. In Bengali, there is a nice saying that people go to see to Jagannath Puri for that Ratha Yatra. There is a big, huge chariot festival. But then it becomes a nice opportunity to, put up a business, selling fruits and all that. So a person thinks who is a banana vendor, খোলা বেচাও হবে, রোদ দেখাও হবে. Means there will be both. I will be able to sell bananas as well as I will see the Rath. So there is no Rath there. In the name of seeing the Ratha, the person is doing the business. So why there is the need of having this in the name of seeing Ratha? The name of seeing Ratha is important because that soothes human conscience. Uh, Human psychology, is such that it wants spirituality but does not want to give up the worldly enjoyments. So, how does it now combine it? It combines it in such a way, cheating oneself. We don't go to cheat others, or others don't need to cheat us. We cheat ourselves enough that, okay, let me give it a name, pilgrimage. So it becomes spiritual. It is like sightseeing. So uh, go for fun, go here and there, and then just give the name, it is a pilgrimage. So instead of going for tourism, I go for what? Pilgrimage. That suits the conscience, that's all. No, I don't like all those people, and they are shameless. They don't do anything for God. Human life is for uh, following religion, following this path of God. I do like that. I don't go to tour like that. I go for pilgrimage. So that is how, under that name, we keep on doing our worldly things. And that is all, you see in all the time, because 99.9% people are like that. Gradually, the transformation happens. So that is why Arupananda was told that do this. You are serving me. You are doing all these works here. Continue doing that. It is, do not keep on thinking about, then I will go here, then I will go there. Is there any end to it? Think about it. Ah, somebody telling me all the time, oh, I want to be, I want to see, I haven't seen that. I tell I haven't seen even Providence fully. There is so much to see there also, but I have not seen that. So it is, the mind tries to escape from the regular rigor of spiritualizing the work that we are doing. Our Vireshwaranji writes nicely in one book, and he has told us that what happens, you go to some place, you don't have any work to do. You go there for spiritual life. Means what? You are supposed to be immersed in meditation all the time. But in the much you have so many works to do, so you are up and doing always. You know that you have to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning, because if you don't do meditation at that time, you will not get much time. So you are very up and doing, very active, very alert. When you go to say Uttarkashi or someplace, you have no work. So uh, the mind tells, what is the need of getting up so early? Uh, Let me lie down for half an hour more. It is because the whole day I have to do only meditation. So let me lie down. Now, then the person gets up leisurely. Then there is normally would get ready fast because there isn't much time. Now, for brushing the teeth, that fellow will take half an hour. Normally could be done in 2 minutes. Now spends half an hour for brushing the, because there is nothing that. So the mind goes on becoming more and more undisciplined. So that is, and then you give it the name to soothe the conscience that I am doing tapasya here. What tapasya? So, anyway, if you have something to say now, I have been talking for too long. So, if you have anything to ask, anything to comment on, any ideas to express, feel free. Uh, all of you are very brilliant students of the literature of Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, Holy Mother, and have studied lot of scriptures also. So feel free to make your comments and questions. What Chandana ji? Do you have any question?
No one.
Huh?
I'm listening.
Because she is, organizes spiritual retreats and does very much involved into that kind of life. So therefore, I asked, she must be having some comments to make. Uh,
Actually, I have a question. How to stop procrastinating going on spiritual path?
how to stop something that is detrimental to us is, first thing is to impress upon mind how you are put to loss because of it. When we become aware that I am losing, uh, then I won't do it. That is the first rule. That tell yourself that the life is ebbing away anyway. If I procrastinate, the habit of procrastination will become strong. Then it will be very difficult to come out of that habit. So therefore, let me not get into the habit. And that it is you have to do it, otherwise lot of loss. In Bhagavad Gita, that this is how it is. One way of stopping procrastination. Holy Mother has given many advice to stop procrastinating. That I'll come to that. That it is uh, in Bhagavad Gita. It says, look how the life is going away. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha dosha anudarshanam. That see the uh, faults in procrastinating. When you see those faults, you will not go for that. Like uh, uh, some of our friends, they saw that they have heightened sugar levels, then decided to stop eating sugars. No sugar for me. Some successfully do that, some cannot do because of habit of, the diabetes makes you more eager to get sugar. It is funny that actually you should not take it, but that disease has this nature that it makes you more hungry for eating sugars. So therefore it is with great determination one has to do it. No, I will not take it. It is second thing. It is this. Know that the do it now. stop the habit of procrastinating now. I will stop it tomorrow will not do. Holy Mother described that what happened once that she got up a bit late for doing her meditations. And then she did her meditation. She felt very sorry. Why did I get up late? But then the next morning she saw, anyway, I got up late yesterday. Nothing bad happened. So actually it is okay. I will get up late today also. And then it is, see, Holy Mother herself is saying this. It was happening to her. And so she determined that no more like this. And with that determination, she again overcame that. So what we have to have? This determination that no, I won't go into that bad habit. Habits, they are like that. They die hard. You remove H, a bit remains, they say, isn't it? HABIT, remove H, a bit remains, remove A, bit remains, remove B, still it remains. So it is always, very difficult to get rid of. It is the joke aside, but if we see that is how the habit grabs us. So procrastination becomes a very bad habit. We'll see it later. No, that should be stopped then and there. It is. It eats into our vitals of spiritual practice. Procrastination, terrible disease. And I will do it tomorrow or next year. No, do it now. आज नगद कल उधार. I like to give the example. That board you must have seen on the shops, that the shopkeepers don't like to give on credit. Because then who will run after those people will take things and will disappear, they will lose money. So, but it sounds rude if you say no credit. So it says Aaj Nagat means today cash, tomorrow credit. Now the person comes tomorrow again sees the same board. So tomorrow means never. Tomorrow is that day which never comes. So do it now. This is another thing that nip it in the bud. This tendency to do later, let me see later. I have seen so many very sincere, very good people and not to get into spiritual life, thinking that, oh, these things are to be done when you get old. Now, old age, does it come? You still keep on thinking, no, I am still young. It is. I am still young. When I was coming from India here, I was warned that never say any woman as old, then you are gone. If you, yeah, so always, and I immediately saw with me, one day we went to bank, myself and our secretary lady. She was at that time 76, 77, and I couldn't imagine that somebody would address her as, oh, you young lady. But that the bank manager said, oh, very good, please sit here, young lady. And so, oh my goodness, wow. Ah, so it is means I am not old enough to do spiritual practice. Ah, and so that kind of situation should be avoided at all costs. Now or never. Hmm? put a stop. That's it. That determination has to be there. And the other point is, what am I going to achieve it by doing it tomorrow? Why not today? Why not today? Some get a funny idea that, oh Swami, anyway, I don't think I will attain God realization in this life. I have done many bad things in this life, so in this life, I don't think I have any chance. The hidden thought is, so let me continue with what I am doing. Anyway, this life is gone, isn't it? So next life I will see. Next life I will be born as a monk, and as if becoming monk is a guarantee. No, it is. Uh, then I asked, what do you think that next life you will become? Why next life you will perform spiritual practices? The same thought will come next birth also. That no, this, but let me first have some sense enjoyment. Now there is no enjoyment, but we get deluded. So reverse, that which is sure to make us miserable, we think that that is the source of joy. And get into that. Now then you say that to yourself, oh, now this life is gone also, what to do? In my childhood, one book, it's nice joke was there, that little boy, little means about 11, 12, but very curious, like that Curious George. You have seen that shows, Curious George. So I was very curious, and there was a saw machine running. The carpenter was working, was just aside there, and the boy wanted to see how it feels. So went and put the finger. Oh, the finger flew away. And that carpenter came. Hey, what did you do, child? Oh, boy, what did you do? And the boy put another finger. I just did like this. Oh, this also is gone. One is gone, this also is gone. So it is like that. That life is gone. This life also will go like that. It is. What is the guarantee that? Firstly, you have to tell that why you cannot realize right in this life. Why not now? Yesterday, that one Mataji, one sannyasini was giving a talk at Providence. Swamini Sadvidyananda from Harsh Vidya Gurukulam. So she gave that nice example that the one atheist had written a big signboard, God is nowhere. But a little child who could read only small few letters at a time, he read it as God is now here. Nowhere, because he couldn't read more than 3 letters at a time. So God is now here. So that is, tell yourself that it is here is the opportunity for me. Why not? Oh, in this life I committed lot of mistakes. What does it matter? Hmm. Sri Ramakrishna said that, oh, well, a room was dark for 1,000 years. Does it mean that it will take the darkness to go 1,000 years? Light the lamp. Does the darkness take then 1,000 years to go away? Now. And there is this, you will get astonished, that how, if you follow with determination, how quickly you progress. Mm. So stop procrastination by these means, that now it is a matter of habit. Whatever, not only in spiritual matters, whatever work you see, do it then. Mm. Do it then. Do not keep it for later. Now is always the time to do. There is a nice book by one that Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now. Important thing. Now you can do. Mm. So tell that to yourself. It will help you. Very good. Any other question?
Swamiji,
Yes, Surekha.
so when you mentioned about Holy Mother being the ideal woman, and part of it was the quiet presence, seen, not seen, but felt. So how do those qualities apply to us women in the present world when we have to be seen? We have work and home, especially at work. Um, how can I integrate that?
Yes. See what you have to do it, but without putting and any extra ounce, anything more than what you need to do to publicize yourself. Mm. It doesn't yield any better results, although in minds of many people that is very much needed. Even without need, you get proclaimed. Your work proclaims uh, you, not uh, your publicizing your face will make you uh, more known to people, not necessarily. It is because you lose a lot by that. The mind does not then, it is psychologically, it is the lack of self-confidence that you rely more on how you are seen rather than what you really are. The self-confidence talks a lot. If you are confident without caring for how others will look at it, because it depends on them actually, it doesn't depend much on you. So therefore, don't worry about that. It is be confident. And Holy Mother is a great teacher in that respect. It is not ancient or modern. It is the temperament. This is traditionally, even in the olden days, uh, it is the tendency to bring myself seen by people, to push myself forward is there in all people, because I want people uh, to know me. What happens thereby is we bring ourselves to the level, we degrade ourselves to the level of a showcase object. In the shops, the objects are well decorated to be picked up and bought. We bring ourselves down to that level that we will get judged by the opinions of those who want to buy us. So that is not our worth. We are spiritual beings. And our abilities, they proclaim themselves very clearly. It is one of my friends, he was in his business, he was looking for somebody. This is a story of about 40 years ago. So he was looking for somebody who could put in some computer data and all that. It was a very new thing then. So somewhere these students who had some degrees in that line. So a few young people came with these applications, and some had their paper credentials and degrees. He asked, one man came without having showing any papers. And when he's while interviewing us, which institution you studied in, where are your papers? Uh, this man replies that, see, yours is not a government organization, yours is a private personal business. So, you see, I assure you I will work well. I will do whatever is needed. I know my work. You see my work and keep me. Otherwise, even if I have a lot of certification, even if I don't deliver the work, you are going to kick me out. So see my work, that is my certification. And this friend of mine said his self-confidence was so much, I was so impressed by it. I kept him for the job, and he did a wonderful work there. Even now, I know one gentleman, he is our close devotee. So he learned all this engineering, computer engineering, self-taught. He has no such university degrees, but then works wonderfully well. So doesn't need to, publicize yourself. You are not object of sale. You are a spiritual being. So have that confidence. The level of confidence is important. If I keep the confidence in my appearance, then I lose. If I keep the confidence in my being, then I win. See how this is, one can see from Holy Mother's life that even in those days there were many men and many women who would try to project themselves. But that doesn't really, gradually your self-confidence takes a beating by that. You feel jealous of others. You feel that, well, you have to do like this and like that. You go to some other, follow some other ways to improve your appearance. And there is a very nice book by one Maxwell at one time, that used to be a very popular book, Psycho-Cybernetics. It was written by a plastic surgeon, and he used to get many cases, especially of these young women who would think that they are not getting friends, they are not liked and loved by people because their eyes have some not proper appearance, their nose is not properly formed, and so they wanted to change that by going to plastic surgeon. And they were feeling very, very depressed because of this. And it was attributed to the appearance of their nose. So what he found, that even after correcting the nose appearance, still that problem of depression continued and continued. So the whole thing really was misplaced. It is not the appearance of your nose or your lips or your eyes that matters. It is, he therefore brought out this idea of having a healthy self-image. That what we generalize like this, that if I fail once in something, you start telling yourself you are a failure, which is wrong. You failed once, everybody has to fail once or twice. What is wrong in that? But you make it a point like this. Oh, I am always a failure. You put that line there. I always fail. And since it is your statement, you try to prove it every time. That I fail. And so if you fail, did I not tell you? So this is, it is to be corrected there, not to be corrected in your nose appearance. But, well, it is, I am as good as any human being. I have lot of abilities. I can do it. It is, that is to be brought out. See, look at the appearance of Holy Mother as from outside, as he will describe wrinkled feet, uh, and all very rugged kind of, appearance and even speech. And yet everything was uh, so much real, and that what is real gets the trust, you see. So it is, I have seen it that many who just bring appearance are no good. Mm. Those who have some real metal, they are, they prove it. Others, they cannot prove it.
Swamiji, also when Holy Mother was growing up there, she also got society pressure that you married a madman, and so she didn't bow down to, I mean, she didn't bend down on that, and she crossed the 5 rivers to see for herself.
Yes, yes. What a great confidence,
Great confidence.
Yeah, it is. And not getting depressed by the remarks of the villagers, because they will say like that. It is, let them say. Mm, very good.
I have one question. So, how do we bring out this awareness as soon as we get out of this environment? We start to lose it and then get into the worldly things and forget all about it. So, how do we have a constant awareness? How do we develop that?
Because what you do, and not, I'm not talking about you in Peru. Everybody has this problem that we are like that. That we go to a grocery store, fill the cart with all these necessary things, uh, and then pay the money for it, and then leave the cart, full cart with all the groceries in that, leave it there and come back home. Mm. See, you invest a lot in coming here. You are all very busy people. Not that you have nothing to do at home and so you are coming here. No, you have plenty of things to do. Still, you invest your time. Many have to, come from long distance, put in lot of expenses also to come here, uh, and you try to understand, grasp the things. Intellectual investment is there. All this is put in. Uh, Fill the grocery, that your cart with all these gems of wisdom from Holy Mother, and then leave it there and walk back. Then how can you get it? Naturally, you live here and it is all gone because you left it. You had paid for it, you could have carried it with you, isn't it? If you will you ever go to that shop that you buy all those pay money and then you are not allowed to take it? No, you will not go to such a shop. So it is like that. This is not a shop where you cannot carry things. You take it with you. Take with you and use it. Not only you buy the grocery and bring it at home and let it rot at home. You use it, uh, cook from it, eat it, make your life, happier and healthier by using that. So similarly, take this home and don't let it be here. Take this message in home, assimilate it, eat it, assimilate it, and you will find you are not having this problem at all. It is uh, one of our Swamis said that it is very often that such sermons, uh, such classes, they become very boring and quite natural. Here there is not uh, a hip hop dance performance and that you will keep you engaged for a long time. This one starts feeling a bit dizzy after some time, uh, and if you feel bored again next day also listening to the similar things. It is the rope and snake. One of our members, uh, she didn't go for the class because she was busy. And she used to go to Boston to listen to Tyagananji's. Tyagananji was giving lectures on Vivek Chudamani those days. So after 3-4 months, she again got a chance to go, and she said, "Still, I see the same chart was there, five koshas and three bodies, and then all that, these five elements." So I thought that I didn't lose anything. So it is, why do we feel bored? Because what we suppose you eat some meals and then if it doesn't get digested, then you will not feel the desire to eat again, because that what has been digested is taken in. It is up to here now how much more you can put it in. So, but then if it gets digested, and then you feel hungry again. So what is taken in needs to be get assimilated, digested, and thus you will be able to get more of it. Thank you. Any other idea? What, Sunil?
Maharaj, I heard from some of the Swamis about that mothers, grandmothers, holy mothers command for no meat in the Durga Puja, no meat. About that at that time, Calcutta was following eating meat or cutting goat for Durga Puja. So mother said, I mean, it is. I don't know if mother said this or not, but it's put in her saying that uh, if Velour Mutt follows this new tradition, then that would change Calcutta also.
That is true. You are very correct there. In terms of this particular animal sacrifice, that since Belurmad stopped it, and gradually many other organizations they stopped it. Not only in Durga Puja but on certain other on the daily basis there used to be for animal sacrifice. Now, the animal sacrifice is actually in the scriptures. What it means is the animal in us is to be sacrificed. Our animal tendencies are to be sacrificed. But then you get some goat and the both thing gets killed and then you eat it as prasad. That is not the meaning of animal sacrifice in scriptures. You can see it in actual these like the Purusha Suktam has the mention of this animal sacrifice that they made their own worldliness as animal mm, and sacrificed it. Their own worldliness was made into an animal. That is the meaning of animal. Ah, so this animal is to be sacrificed. Not that you are correct that because Belur Math gradually became a trendsetter. Many such things, not only this, that uh, work and work by monks was an unknown idea then, very much criticized by people, including, Master Mahashay, Mahendranath Gupta, the great chronicler of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. He, of course, agreed with everything of Swami Vivekananda, but thought that this idea of karma yoga, doing service to humanity and making it as worship, that is Vivekananda brought it from. And all other spiritual organizations, they criticized it.
Latu Maharaj.
Yeah, Latu Maharaj. Actually, Yogananda was the main critic first. Latu Maharaj first disagreed with it, but then afterwards really saw the merit of it. M saw the merit of it when Holy Mother told that it is. But gradually, all the religious organizations, if you see in India now, the almost all religious organization has a service wing associated with it. All very famous like Tirupati, it runs engineering college, medical college, has this serving poor, feeding poor, all those things they are there now. Why? This started here by Ramakrishna Mission. It worked like that. Daridra Narayan, that word which Mahatma Gandhi later used a lot, was first coined by Vivekananda. It is Daridra Narayan. A poor is to be worshipped as God. Serve that. So this became a trend gradually. It is like that they, when whatever Avatar Mahapurush do, that becomes a trend. They are the trend setters.
Maharaj, one more anecdote from Swami Pitambran and about Arupananda Asbihari Maharaj. He said that Arupananda wanted to leave mother's that Jarambati family because he was tired with all the infighting by the
Yeah, actually
brothers,
that is there, yeah.
brothers and all that. So he went to mother and said, "Mother, I like to leave." So mother just stood there and said, "Okay, you want to leave?" And apparently, in that second, Arupananda says, I saw mother not there. There's like Mother Kali there, and then his whole mind changed.
Changed.
And he said, Mother, can I go back to work? Okay,
Exactly. Mother also told one sentence there,
Yeah.
very strange statement. If you want to go, go. But things here will continue only like this. They will not be according to your opinions. The things will be like this. If you can take it like this, be here. Otherwise, go. It is. So she did not increase the ego of Arupananda that you are indispensable. You have to be here. No, you go if you don't understand like these things. What can I say? Go.
In a way, that was a representation of how the world is.
Yeah.
That is how.
There will be quarrels, there will be fights, and anywhere you go, it will be there. Anywhere you go, it will be there. Yeah, you cannot get away from it in this world. one one doctor, she was telling me that I am tired, here it is so much work I can do, of course, but this backbiting and, selfishness and blaming others and all that, I cannot take it anymore. I want to leave. I said to her, "Oh, this is not your particular situation. This world is like this, so that you can get over it. That's all. It is, you can do spiritual practice. You can become good because the world is bad. So you can become good. You cannot, even if you go to some other place, the same thing will be there. So she actually accepted that it would become the same, and then continued and is feeling more peaceful.
Swamiji, sometimes some people have this, I don't know, misfortune of being in a place where they are kind of put to these things they have to face. No matter what happens, they end up facing difficulties. I always remember Shilpa. She used to work with the pharmacy, and her boss, whosoever her manager, they would purposely give her work on Thursdays because they knew she has to go to Vidyapit on Thursday. And she would often complain, he gives me Monday and Thursday because he knows I have to go over. So I always remember that. She had to face that constantly. And, it was just like.
But that was, she had to face it.
Right.
But that was not a deliberate thing that they would tell her to go. That was a misunderstanding. That because she goes to what these people have to do, whether she goes to Vidyapit or wherever.
No, but
Ah.
she would have told them that I have to go to the classes, and purposely they would make sure that she cannot go to class.
They have to, their work has to be done, so they make them do like that. Anywhere there is this, suppose she changes the classes to Tuesdays, same thing would happen, something. Yeah, nothing. One thing is that, are we so important? And just ask this, that people will be have no other business but to harass us. It is, this is that self-importance that we take, that that they all harass me, as if you are so important in the world that they don't find anybody else to harass but you. Nothing, nobody is that important. People have much better work to do than to keep on going after us. So this is something that we should kick out from our mind, I feel. It is advised. You see, the Holy Mother's life is like that. Never she thought that I have been made subject to this. A lot of work came to her. Lot of work. But that means lot of training came to her, isn't it? Free, for home charge. It is. I told one gentleman that he was complaining in his university with some professor, and so much of politics in the universities, it is all that. So I told you, see, it is good, you get trained in politics without paying for it. It is, otherwise you have to take classes in the politics department, you have to pay. So here you get it all without paying for it.
Swamiji used to say world is a gymnasium.
Yes, exactly, exactly. World is a gymnasium. Well, Sudhir is wonderful, you know. Brilliant man, yeah. Huh? Lunch is ready. So shall we do Brahmarpanam here or there? Huh? So let us do it here. Hmm? Om Brahmarpanam Brahmavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina